the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining us from. Thank y'all so much for stopping by. It's a special 3-year anniversary live stream. We've got some special guests. We've also got some more special guests that we're expecting. Vagabond Awaits, Dan from Vagabond Awaits, him, and I believe it's Twain is how you pronounce that. But I want to thank y'all so much for all your support over the years. Okay, here's Dan. Well, there's Dan. How you doing, Dan?
Congratulations on your 3-year anniversary.
Congratulations for your 3-year anniversary.
Thank you. How do you pronounce her name? How you pronounce her name, Dan?
Chung.
Dan and Chung.
Chung. Okay. Yeah, well,
Hey,
I
everybody.
want to welcome my panel and thank y'all for joining us. You know, it's been a long ride. And, you know, you can get off here at any time. I just appreciate y'all stopping by. But we're going to let the panel introduce themselves in just a second. I want to give a shout out to the NTZ crew, Jacob Chanje and Michael Beach of Life. Thank y'all for the 3-year ride, man, to making this live stream respectable, keeping the trolls at bay. Any new viewers and subscribers watching for the first time, thank y'all. And also my old heads. I see 53 Shades Darker. I love LaChine. All of y'all, man. Thank y'all for your support. 3 years is a long time. We're going to start with you, Dan. Just kind of give us a little background and, you know, how you ended up on YouTube.
Well, I had, gosh, where do I start? I'll give you the quick version. I was not happy with my work, and so I quit and I started on YouTube. It took a while to get going, but eventually we were making enough where we were able to, you know, to pay for our travel. So we were like living off savings for a couple of years until it finally kicked in completely. And now YouTube and what we're doing pays for everything. And so we feel very lucky. We feel very fortunate. And we know every day when we wake up, we know how lucky we are. And it's been a joy knowing you, Calvin, and watching you grow too.
Well, I tell you, I want to publicly, I've thanked you privately many times, Dan, but if anybody really doesn't know, Dan is the one who really inspired me to start a channel. During the pandemic, I made a comment on one of his videos and he set up a telephone call with me. And it drew a lot of attention. And he said, you know, maybe I should think about doing something like that. And I did. And I want to thank you, Dan. It means a lot. I mean, he brought me on his channel, you know, when I was nothing. I probably had about 300 or 400 subscribers. He had like 30,000 or something. You know, that's a big deal in the YouTube community when you can put somebody on your shoulders like that. So thank you, Dan. I really appreciate it. And we got Scott Fortune. I believe Scott is a motivational speaker, right, Scott?
Yes, I am. Yes, I own a company called Fortune International Seminars. I work with my cousin Les Brown and also on the John Maxwell team. So I'm right now on your broadcast here live from Camiguin Island, Philippines, where my wife and I live. We have a home here. And ran into you, Calvin, a few years ago. One of my business partners introduced me to you when I was in Southern California doing some work. And from there, I took off and hit the Appalachian Trail for a while. And, there was when I really had a lot of conversations with myself about moving here to the Philippines. And in those moments of clarity out there and on the trail, I just made the decision to come over here and haven't looked back since. So thank you and happy 3rd anniversary.
Hey, thank you, Scott. Well, who's Les Brown? I've never heard of him.
Who's Les Brown? Okay.
That's a joke, okay? Hey,
yeah.
Let me say this: the peso is 56.21. If you're over here now, you need to be exchanging some dollars. That's a lot. It's 85 degrees here in San Carlos City, Negros Occidental, but it feels like 95 degrees, 75% humidity. I mean, it's sticky. Where are you, Dan, at the moment?
We're in Duma, and we're. It's not bad here. We're. I don't know why the temperature would be that different, but maybe it's just the place we live in. It's local kind of accommodations. It has a
high ceiling,
and the heat blows out, and so it's not too bad. And plus, you can see that we have a fan behind us here. So
yeah. Now, normally we usually get about 300 people on this live stream, but I put a challenge out there that if on this 3rd anniversary, if we can get to 1,000, we've got a special surprise for everybody. So we're going to keep a lookout for that. Okay, we've got Geechee Lion from Geechee Lion Music. Introduce yourself and kind of just give us a brief background.
Sure, I'll be glad to. My actual name is Anwar Kente, but my company is Geechee Lion Music. I'm also known as Geechee Lion. I'm also known as Imperial Brown. I'm a 63-year-old American, soon to be 64 on Monday. I'm about to retire from the rat race and hamster wheel of America and Chicago. And in the last 3 years, I've regained my love and inspiration to do music again. And I owe that inspiration to the love that Filipinos have shown me, those that I've met on my journey within the past 3 years directly influenced me to even want to sing again. But my album, The Ministry, is getting ready to come out. I hope to do a selection from the Ministry tonight and possibly even a selection from the Passport Brothers movement. I have several, I record under several names, several groups. And we deal in international. I'm dealing with people in Brazil, Spain, Mexico, you name it. So that's what I'm about. And I'm glad to congratulate Calvin. And I thank Calvin now publicly. He was showed some good friendship to me last year when I was in a bad situation mentally. And Calvin took the time out to actually call me and offer me some comfort. So I'll never forget that.
Yeah, thank you. And if anybody watching doesn't know, September 16th, Dan, I don't know if you realize this, I'm walking from San Carlos City to Dumaguete to promote fitness and unity. That's 165 kilometers, about 102 miles. I'm going to do it over the course of 3 days. And if anybody wants to join me, they can, but I should arrive in Dumaguete on the September 19th. I'm going to come to the boulevard. You know, they call that Drama-Getty, but I've had a different experience with that, Dan. Dumaguete is one of my favorite places to visit in all the Philippines. I've never had any problems there. And what you see on YouTube is only a small fraction. It doesn't even scratch the surface of the wonderful expats there. I know you and Chung, y'all had a meet and greet there before. You didn't have any problems, did you, Dan?
Oh no.
We were having. I don't know why it is. We don't attract much drama to our life, Calvin. We feel blessed in that way. And we don't really, honestly, if someone's into drama, I don't care what kind. I pretty much just remove them from my channel because I don't need that energy in my life. And so, and then for whatever reason, no one's ever unkind to us. And we try to be kind to everyone and respect people. And people seem to respect us back, which we really like. And we feel very fortunate in that regard. But we've seen other people have had drama, people trying to attack them and stuff. And we just think it's the wrong way to be in your life. I think when you show anger to people, it's inside yourself first, and so you're kind of hurting yourself when you do that. So that's
So we just walk away.
yeah, just walk away. We walk away from people, move away from negative energy, move towards positive energy. That's my feeling in that.
That's right. You're one of the fortunate ones. You know, I took a lot of heat the first, you know, when you, for some reason, Dan, I don't know what it is, because you blog from all over the world, and it seems like to me it's a double standard for vloggers in the Philippines. We catch a lot of flack that I don't see other vloggers in other countries catch. I mean, they tried to run me off YouTube, but they don't realize I've got thick skin. Hell, I lived in a crack house before, so nothing that they can say to me is going to hurt me. But
That's
they
right.
tried. They tried, and if had I known that all that negativity was going to be on YouTube, I probably wouldn't have started a channel. But now that I'm here, I'm not going anywhere. But you've been very fortunate. You've got that type of attitude, and really the content that you create that really wouldn't. I mean, you'd have to be pretty sick to attack you. But let's welcome Elect Makata to the
Hello.
live stream today. One of our vocal women supporters. We really appreciate you, Elect. Give us a little background. I know you used to live in the Philippines. That's why I brought you on here today. Well, we can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Let's put the screen down.
Yeah, I think. Check your audio. Go to the audio. Rocks 100 national parks to visit in the United States. Thanks for that super sticker. We've got another gentleman, Robert D. He's from the ZPD zone. Give us a little background.
Happy anniversary, Calvin. Sir, happy anniversary. The 3-year, we're giving a celebration here, which is going to give it. You know what? I'm going to say, 3 years is 26,280 hours. Okay? 26,280 hours. That's 2 subscribers for every hour, Calvin. That's amazing. I'm here in Tucson, stuck on stupid, and I can't get 2 subscribers in a week.
Well, thank you, Robert. Robert's the sign guy too. He's hilarious. Thank you, Jack Wolfinger, for the super chat. He says, Calvin, please pass this message on to Dan and Chang. My wife and I would love to meet you both tomorrow at Ground Zero around 12-ish. If you know, that's Jack Wolfinger, and he's a great guy, Dan. I don't know if you've ever met him in person, but he's not a groupie or somebody. He's a real guy.
I've heard of a few Jacks, but I don't know their last names. But so
yeah,
we'll see.
But we will have a meet and greet tomorrow.
Yeah, we have a meet and greet tomorrow in Duma. Billy
Beach Bar in Balcon Duma at 4:00 tomorrow. So come to over there because we were busy in the morning.
We'll be there.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's a great idea. Jack, why don't you and Jai come to the meet and greet? Tell them again, Dan, where is it going to be?
Big Billy's Beach Bar, which is about 8 kilometers from downtown Duma, and it's on the beach. And the first 50 beers are on Chung and I. So come say hello.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, tomorrow, Sunday, 4:00, Big Village Beach Bar.
Sunday, 4:00.
Yeah. Now, how big are your meet and greets, Dan? Because mine get pretty big.
We don't. We haven't really done that many, but we'd be surprised if more than 10 people are there or 15 people. We don't usually, because we travel all around the world, we're not focused on one country. Rarely when we have a meet and greet are more than 10 or 15 people there. So.
Yeah, but usually great people. Like our next meet and greet is in Cagayan de Oro because I'm traveling all around the Philippines to meet my subscribers. So this next one, we had the last one in Iloilo. Before that one, it was in Lapu-Lapu City. But it's in Cagayan de Oro, August 24th, 3 p.m. at the Shali Beach Resort. And they usually are big gatherings, man. I mean, 50, 60 people usually show up. Hey, Barry, Vinay, thanks for that super chat. We can't hear you. We can't hear you, Elad. Go to your audio settings on the link. Go to the audio settings on your link. You'll see it. But thanks, Barry. Barry's been a long time supporter. He's actually a pilot. Barry is. He lives in Guam. He's an engineer and a pilot, by the way. But let me ask you something, Dan. I want to ask you, how do you come up with your content? Is it organic, or do you follow trends? Or
Well, we pretty much just focus on we're what we call slow travelers. So we travel around the world, and but we don't have a big budget. So what we focus on is when you arrive in a place, how to find a place, cheap place to rent, how to find reasonable restaurants, how to travel from city to city for inexpensively. And so we just create content around that. And along the way, we run into expats that live in each of the places, and we'll interview them. That pretty much covers all our content. And then we also do things like if we go to a fun waterfall or to the beach, or we'll fly a drone or whatever. So we try to show the world to people as we move around. Chen, what are your thoughts on that? What do you?
Yeah, you cover almost everything.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we do. So that's how we get all of our content. Sometimes I do other stuff like psychological aspects of being outside your home country and the trials and tribulations. I'll sneak a few of those videos in per month. But mostly it has to do with where we are and what we're up to.
Yeah.
okay, yeah. Now I know when I met you, when we had those phone interviews, were you and Sean together then, or is that something new?
Yeah, I met her in Malaysia in 2016, and I was traveling around Southeast Asia. I would stop in to Malaysia once every month or so.
Yeah.
And then by 2017, she came with me, and she's been traveling all over the world with me since 2017.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And the reason I asked you that is because, 3 years on YouTube is not easy, right, Dan? It's not easy.
It's work.
Staying relevant and creating content that interests people, so your channel continues to grow. It's not something I take for granted. And anytime anybody, thinks it's easy, I'll just invite them to try it. And you'll see that it's not very easy. But
what's the name of your channel, Dan? What was the name of your channel, Dan?
It's called Vagabond Awake.
Awake.
Vagabond Awake.
Yeah. Thank you, King Arthur, for that super chat. He says, Johnny Cash walked the line. He said, Calvin will walk the miles. Yes, about 102 altogether. And one thing I try to do on my channel is give back, because I'm stationed here right in the Philippines. And, the Philippines, a lot of people struggle. A lot of good people here, and they struggle. So I'm not going to live my best life while people around me are having a hard time. So we give back. I've given away. This is one of the things I'm really proud of. We've given away over 2 million pesos on this little small channel of mine. That's a lot of money over here. And right now we're in the midst of a 50,000 peso giveaway to celebrate my 50,000 subscribers. So every Friday for 10 weeks, we're going to give away 5,000. Then on the 10th week, one of my Filipino subscribers are going to win 5,000. So that's something. We've been doing that for 3 years. That's how my channel started. It didn't start, just that's how it started. And that's how it grew. But we've gotten a lot done over 3 years. I'm really shocked. Yeah, Booby. Booby wants to say hello. There's another. There's something else that happened over the 3 years.
The hell? So cute. I love that.
Hey, thank you, Smiley, for that super chat. He said, congratulations, Brother Cal. After going through all the things you went through, with these haters in your channel. They try to bring you down, but fail miserably. You're still growing and kicking. Congrats. Hey, thanks, Franz,
Well,
man.
I have something that, I'd like to add, if it's possible, Calvin. You know, these people that they're talking about, they're members of an incel. They're incel groups. What those are, an incel is the definition, a member of an online community who consider themselves unable to attract women sexually. Typically viewed, who consider themselves unable to attract women sexually, typically views hostile toward women, and get this, and the men who are sexually active. Those are the incels, and they're stuck on stupid because they could ascend. You can ascend from there. And actually, Calvin, you're transcended, so you don't have to worry about it.
Is now, Elad, are you with us now?
I think so.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and introduce yourself, Elad, and thank you for your time. I know you just got off from work. And
Okay, so my name is Elad. Hi, everyone. I see Geechee. I remember, I forgot your name. Is it Brian? No. Scott. And then I've been watching these two, the Vanguard. I've watched them. And I see you up there, David. And so, okay, so it's just, I was in the Philippines in 1983. And so my stepfather was in the military. And then he went to the Philippines and he left my mother for a Filipina. And so then I followed him and I went to the Philippines. And I was there for 3 years. So I know how to speak it.
Wow, cool.
So I lived in Olongapo. My stepmother had 2 bars. And she had a bar in Olongapo off of Rizal Avenue near Magsaysay. And then we had our house that was in Barrio Barreto. And so she had a beach bar. Well, we had a beach bar in Barreto. So then I went to schooling in Manila in a town called Camoning. I don't know if it's still exists or whatever, but I had private tutoring in Camoning. And then I left when I was 16 years old and came back. And I feel like I'm going to be doing a full circle because since Calvin has been in my life, the inspiration has blossomed to go full circle and come back to the Philippines. So Calvin is my inspiration again. There's not a day that goes by I don't hear him, listen to him, see him. Congratulations, Calvin, on that 3. And I told you, if I was in the Philippines, I'd have the island rocking, right? And I also wish that I was at the finish line because we'd have a big celebration for you. I was just hoping some event planners will put some stuff in place and whatever. But does anyone have any questions for me?
well, thank you, Elad. I appreciate it
No
and
problem.
all your support. QDub76, thanks for that super chat. He actually came to the Philippines and met me. This guy is like a Secret Service agent, so I'm not going to say a whole lot about him. I told y'all that I've got the best subscribers on YouTube. Nobody even comes close. But this guy came here. He paid for a hotel for us in the Radisson Blue. Oh, man, it was so nice. We went out to the Lachan house in Cebu. He's a great guy. He says, happy anniversary, Calvin, and the Sunshine Shoulders community. Good to see 2 of my favorite YouTube channels on one live vlog, Sunshine Shoulders and Vagabond of Weights. Yeah, we got a lot of the same followers, Dan, because I got a lot of my subscribers from your channel.
I think you're the hardest working YouTuber that I know of. I mean, Calvin, you put out a lot of content, and all of it's from the heart.
Yeah.
And so anybody disrespecting you, I don't understand what that's about. And all the power to you. I think you're a great heart. You're a great person, and people should learn from you rather than give you any sort of crap.
Yeah, thank you. You know, the Philippines, one of the reasons, well, there's three reasons why I'm still, I owe my success on YouTube. Number one, I'm in the Philippines. It's a very popular subject on YouTube. Okay. Number two is the pandemic. I think that helped every YouTuber on the planet. And then number three, you know, I'm just organic. You know, I just talk about my life. I call it the nitty gritty. What I'm seeing, what I'm living, what I'm experiencing. I was given some suggestions to Geechee Land because his channel too said, "What should I talk about?" I said, "Talk about your life. Nobody knows that better than you. You don't
Yes.
have to look up anything. Somebody's going to relate to you." Thank you, Al Rogan, for that super chat. He said, "Happy anniversary." Thank you.
Oh, wow.
Okay. I'm so sorry,
Okay,
Kelvin.
yeah.
Sorry, I need to go because I have a call at 10, so I
Okay.
leave this to that. Good to
Thank
see you all.
you.
Happy anniversary again. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Scott, I wanted to ask you, how long have you been in the Philippines now, and what do you think about it? You know, because a lot of people, you get a lot of complaints. It's not this, it's not that. Give me your take on that.
So
Me
Calvin,
or-
Go ahead, Scott.
yeah, so I made the move over here last year in October, and I told you I retired out of the U.S. military in June of 2020, but I made the decision to come over here last October. So I've lived here now. This is where I'm at.
Yeah, okay. So you did 31 years in the military, right?
32 total retired
Wow.
out of the special operations community at Fort Bragg. But I love it
Thank
over
you for
here.
your service, Scott.
You're welcome. We
So much.
we actually, I mean, I love it over here. And you know, to hear of problems, I haven't seen any here on Camiguin Island, but I will say last month we had a small incident with our neighbor because we had just put in some Samsung air conditioning units, and our property line is really close to the neighbors. We have a pretty big lot here, but the house is all the way over on the property line, and you only have literally, I'm not even joking, 6 inches. And our electric line and everything from the air conditioning unit is on the outside. But he got upset because our drain tube was draining water on his side, but his plants and everything are up against ours. So he took our drain hose and then tried to put it over the fencing, and it caused the water to backfill back into the house here. And then he was telling my wife, "Oh, you think you can do anything you want because you're rich and all this stuff." And yeah, so that's really the only issue. He's never been here because he's been serving in the Philippine military. He's now since retired a few months ago, so he's here more. But that's really the only issue we ever had with anyone. But we nipped that in the bud really, really quick.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Mike. This is Mike Dorsonville, longtime support. He said, "Congrats on 3 years on YouTube. Appreciate all your insightful and value-packed videos." Geechee Land, now you're coming over to the Philippines. When is your schedule your trip?
I'm scheduled to leave Chicago, racely the early AM on Thursday, September 14th. So I'm looking to get in Cebu about the 16th, I think it is, because it's the hours ahead. But
Yeah,
coming
your
into
guard.
Cebu.
Can you lighten up that a little bit?
Oh, you mean my face?
Yeah, your face. Are you trying to hide yourself?
Oh no, I ain't trying to add nothing. I just don't want no glare in your face.
No, we can't see. We see a
Let me see.
an outline.
Now you seeing it.
What you
Hey,
got a green
Gigi,
screen?
who?
What you got a green screen behind you?
Actually, I do have a screen, a ghetto screen set up in here, but I've been dealing with Zoom for the last few months, so I know how to do the virtual background. So I just put something together.
But Geechee, who is that girl in the picture?
Who's that girl? You know, that's the $1 million question that I've been getting for over a year and a
I
half.
know that ain't the P.
And
Yeah, that's what it
well,
looks like.
that's
He's a
what it
big
looks
fan.
like, though, don't it?
I
He's a
mean,
big
but it
fan.
looked like y'all together or something in that. Is that the
Well,
whole
you
look?
know, in an alternate universe, we are together. We were together. You know, so I mean, I'm coming out of the closet on that. My new album that's getting ready to come out called A Ministry was actually inspired by Filipina P. She
Did you send
actually
her money too, Geechee? Did you
no,
send her money?
she wasn't. Hey, I tried to put some money in her pocket. She didn't really wasn't really interested in that. But I talk about that. If you listen to my song, "Same Situation, Different Girl" by the Passport Brothers, I actually talk about it. But Filipina P did inspire this album that I'm getting ready to fully release here within the next month or so. And hopefully you might hear, you know, song number 1, as I call it, tonight. But
Geechee, I don't understand how. Well, I don't know. That's my own opinion. P was your inspiration. It should have been Calvin. Not saying you got to sing about Calvin, but
uh,
the P. I mean,
yeah,
okay.
I
I'll wait
will
for that
say
tomorrow.
Calvin did inspire one line, which he actually came up with after I talked with him on the phone. You remember you did a vlog kind of about me and you called it the long distance conversation?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I do have a line in my song, "The Long Distance Conversation."
We need to have. We need to do a whole song, Geechee.
I got
I'm
that
just
from
saying.
Calvin.
Let me ask you, lad, is that a piano in your background?
It is, and it's a virtual.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
It's
Virtual piano.
virtual.
Oh, okay, yeah, I didn't know. Because
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
I'm glad that I don't know how to do all that fancy stuff, Dan.
you
That's
can
why,
figure it out, Calvin. It's very
it's
easy.
easy.
yeah,
It's
but
just
I don't
it's
think I
called a
want to figure.
virtual background, and it's an option. It's an option. You could even
Yeah,
blur your background.
yeah.
You can semi-blur it,
You won't
or
see me without one.
I
Yeah,
know
let me ask
Scott.
you
That's
something,
real, Scott.
Dan. Where, in fact, are you from in America, if you don't mind? Just a general, where are you from?
I was born in Chicago, but my dad was
Wow.
military, so we moved. Oh, sorry, was that another Dan? Go ahead.
No, you. There's only one Dan.
Oh, okay. So my dad was military, and so we moved around a lot. So I've lived in a lot of states: California, Oregon, Arizona,
You can see. You won't be
Virginia. So I've moved quite a
Come say
bit
hi to
in the
Calvin.
states.
Yeah.
Say hi to him on your way out. You gotta come behind the
So
camera.
you out in California right now. Oh, is that your brother?
That is my brother.
What's up, Calvin? How you doing, sir?
Hey, what's going on? I heard a lot about you, man. You doing okay?
It's a pleasure. I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking.
All right.
He's going to work. Bye, Papa.
Now you don't sing or anything, do you, Dan?
What's that?
You don't sing or anything, do you?
Do I sing?
Or play any instruments or anything?
No, I do dance though, Calvin. I'm a pretty good dancer too. To be honest with
Hey.
Hey, what, like Michael Flatley or something?
you. I grew up in. I first started out as a rocker, which there's not much dancing going on there. Let's face it. But then I learned. I got into the disco days, and I learned the disco stuff, and then that transitioned into hip hop and R&B and all that. So I know how to dance, and I have a good time doing it.
All right.
How old are you, Dan, if you don't mind me asking?
I just turned 63 recently. By the way, I missed your 60th birthday. I'm sorry about that, Calvin. We didn't know you were having it until we already left town.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Okay. What? You know, when I did a video. A what? It's in there. When I did my video on the Fountain of Youth, I mentioned you because you're an example of that. You know, when I tell guys, you know, I found the Fountain of Youth over here. It seemed like I went back in time, and it was like of course, the 365 days of sunshine over here. The influence of beautiful women. You know, we can't discount the influence that women have on our lives, including our mother, which was our first teacher, really. But then I thought about you, about your diet, how you tweak your diet, and then you stay active. Now, you still do that routine that you used to do, that exercise routine?
I get up every morning and I run for 20 to 30 minutes. And then on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, if there's a gym anywhere near me, I go to the gym. And I don't lift as much weight as I did when I was younger, but I keep lifting. I just reduce the amount as I get older. As I said, I'm now 63. And then on Tuesdays and Thursday, I do more flexibility stuff, stretching, ab work, and then so I might do yoga or stretching, or and I've had a few injuries. I stretch out, quite a bit, and that. So I'm every 5 days a week for me. And as you mentioned, my diet, I'm a vegetarian, and so I try to keep the plaque out of my arteries.
Yeah, because the guy the other day, he said, "Why aren't you interviewing any of those famous YouTubers?" He said, right? And I said, well, so that's why I'm glad you showed up, Dan. You had no idea that I know one of the most famous YouTubers. Matter of fact, they helped get my channel started. So yeah, thanks for stopping by. Robert Dane, you quiet up there, man. I don't see any signs, but it's 3 years.
Blowing up in balloons.
I'm not too sure. How tall is Mount Everest? How many feet? Okay, because 165 kilometers, that's 541,338 feet.
Wow. Yeah.
You know what that means? You could dedicate 10 feet to every subscriber, Calvin.
I think I'm going to do that. Elette, do you work out or do anything? Because you look good. I'm not going to tell your age. Women don't like to tell their age, but
I'm 55. Aging is a privilege for me. No, I don't do any workout, anything. I need to. I got some flab going on right here. But for right now, I'm just trying to work and stay focused on getting out of here. That's all.
Yeah. Where are you?
I need to.
Where do you live?
I'm in Houston, Texas.
Texas.
So with Jacob, did Jacob tell you I was coming late? Did Jacob let you know? Jacob, can you hear me? It's right now it's 9 o'clock and it's 93 degrees outside.
Wow. Yeah. Y'all get a break though, because every time I always go back and forth with people from Houston and these places. Oh, it's just as hot over here as it is in the Philippines. But y'all get a break. Some people don't get a break. We're like this all year round. And I'm not complaining. I love tropical weather. Ron Scudder, thanks for that super chat. He says, Calvin, congratulations on your 3-year anniversary. And thanks for your inspiration and education, my friend. You're welcome, man. Thank y'all so much. These 3 years went by so quick. And I think it's because of the
pandemic. I hear you, Elette. I'm rapping. Yeah. I hear you, Jacob.
I think it's because of that pandemic. We lost almost 3 years of our lives, but people act like, I guess it's the power of the human mind, Dan. It's like people want to just forget that and move forward. But man, we lost a lot of time. And I think that has a lot to do with it. Now, Elect, you don't have a southern accent, he said.
No, I've been here. Yeah, I've been here for. Oh, Robert, what is that, Robert? Anyway, I lived in New Jersey for a long time. In the 90s, and so but I've been in Texas for since 98. And I haven't shaken it. I can't sound country. I could, I say a few things, y'all. But for the most part, yeah. And then when it comes around rodeo, I'll pull out my cowboy boots and, my belts and all that. So, yeah.
Yeah. Dan, you were one of the first guys on YouTube to be kind of like transparent with how much money you earned and all of that.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why is that necessary? Because I don't see any other YouTubers really doing that. But people over here, they've taken your lead because I guess, like I said, there's a double standard on us over here. They want to know how much we earn. We don't, if you're a YouTuber in the Philippines, you're not supposed to earn any money. No one's supposed to send you any support.
All right.
But you were one of the first ones to do that. Why is that important? Why do we need to do that?
Well, I don't think you need to do anything you don't want to do, Calvin. Just be yourself. But the reason I do it is because as I go, I tell my story. So I was in America and I wasn't happy being someone else's bitch. I didn't want to work for anyone anymore. And so that's why I wanted to get out of America. And I also didn't like the way it just was getting angry and stuff. And so, and when I was traveling overseas quite a bit for work at first, and then eventually I quit one job, lost another, but I decided I don't want to work for anybody anymore. So I started my YouTube channel. And what happened was I would, as I did things, people want to know how they work. So when I first started out, it's like, how is it to live in Mexico? Or how is it to live in Peru? How is it to live in, wherever we were at the time? And so I would talk about, this apartment we're in, and here's a dish of food. And I would just tell the story I was living. And eventually, when people started to realize I was getting subscribers and I was making a little bit of money, not a lot of money, but some money, they started to ask me, hey, I could use another 500 a month or 1,000 a month. So I started to just share that I was making, at first it wasn't that much, but I was making just enough to pay for my travel, which is kind of the dream if you think about it. Freedom comes when whatever you're doing, and for me it was sharing my lifestyle. When I shared my lifestyle and it paid for my life, that's kind of a feedback loop, if you will, it's kind of like a dream feedback loop. You're dreaming stuff up and doing it, and then you share how you did it, and people are attracted to it. And so eventually people started to say to me, wait a second, your lifestyle is paying for your life. What's that about? And so, at first it was just a little bit of money on YouTube, and then that started to grow. And then eventually I started taking some of my videos and putting them together with written content and creating these ebooks about each of the places I lived and restaurants I ate in there. And so I have these retired cheap reports, and I offered a membership, and people started to buy these memberships about places they could live and all the information about living in that place and how to leave your home country, all this kind of thing. I started accumulating all the knowledge that I had created since I left the U.S. in 2007 over many, many years. And people started to see it as a tool to learn more about how maybe they could do it. And then people said, okay, so you have this membership. How does that work? And I thought, do I want to share even that? And I thought, why not? So I created a course called the Hobby Income Course, where people could, whatever their hobby is, whether it's music or painting or anything they know something about that other people are curious about. And I showed them how they could take their hobby and share it on YouTube, and people would start coming to their channel because they type things in about how do I live in the Philippines, or how do I date in the Philippines? How do I whatever, anywhere in the world, whatever that thing is. And people in that niche, they call it, they'll go and type that stuff, and they're going to end up on your channel, and it'll be slow at first. But eventually, if you're honest and you share what really is happening in your life, and if people find value in it, they start coming back, like you see so much in your life, Calvin. And over time, they'll end up going to your webpage and hunting around and saying, oh, they have a membership you can join, and they have a course there. So I had a couple courses about how to retire overseas, how to make money online with a webpage kind of thing with your hobby. And people just started buying these memberships. And then it would just, the choice was, do I talk about how much I'm making or not? And people were asking about that. And I thought, well, there's a security issue with it. If I were making crazy money, I probably wouldn't be talking about it. And really, it wasn't just till the last year or so that I started to share what I was making. My income was going like 30,000, it went like 15,000. I don't remember the numbers. Let's say 15,000, then 30,000, and then 60,000. And I started to share those numbers, and more people were attracted to wait a second, I can be in a foreign country or travel the world like I do, and I could have an online presence where I talk about my life or whatever my hobby is, and people will be attracted to that because they want to save time. It took me 16 years to do it. Is there a way to do it quicker? People always want to do everything quicker, and they want to learn stuff faster. And so I thought, well, I'll go ahead and share it. And I don't know how long I'll do it. I'll probably stop eventually, but this year I'll probably make somewhere in between 100 and 120,000 in 2023. And that, I'm making a couple videos a week and selling memberships, and it does take some time. It takes some energy. Calvin would know that more than anyone. He puts out, your average is like almost 2 videos a day, Calvin. That's a lot of work that you put into your channel, and I really admire that. But it does take time to do it. But there's a certain pride in it when people use your content or they learn from you and they have value in their life and they come back and email you and say, oh, man, that was great, thanks so much. The feedback becomes more valuable to you eventually than the money. And so at some point I'll probably just
you gave us hope you gave us hope. Me personally, I want to thank you. During that worldwide academic, we were all suffering, and you showed us that you could still live free. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. And that's the word, freedom. When you're not answering to anybody, when you're your own boss and you don't care, and you're not even stuck in one country. I mean, I really love the Philippines. It's one of my favorite countries, but I don't have to stay here if I don't want to. I can wander around the world. It's quite a feeling. And so that's kind of why I share it, just so people know that it's not, it may not just be, a supplemental income. It might pay for your dreams. And so that's why I thought, why not share that? And so I do. Yeah. But I'm not a billionaire or anything. It's just, I'm making good money. So
thank you.
Hey, that's a great explanation. It's just that, when you're based in the Philippines, because I'm gonna tell you something, once I get Booby situated and get her U.S. citizenship situated, I'm gonna start traveling out, because you catch too much heat here. Are you paying taxes? And are you do you have the right? Are you working in the Philippines? Which we're not really. I consider myself a digital nomad, but this is the kind of pushback you get, and over and over and over. See, I've been investigated by the Bureau of Immigration. I've been investigated by the NBI, because people press that stuff. They just keep on. You're in the Philippines. There's no due process rights, so you can't prove yourself innocent. So somebody from way over in America can send in a bogus email and say, "Hey, Calvin's over there, human trafficking, exploiting women," right? So they're going to take it serious. They're going to start looking into it. Oh, is he paying taxes? Does he have the right visa to work over there? See, I passed all those tests, but that's the reason why I was asking you, because I go through it. I used to. See, I've got a good friend on my side now. He stops all that stuff in their tracks. He's, real powerful, rich Filipino man over here who said, "Hey, enough's enough. I see the good that you're doing, especially for my citizens here in San Carlos City. We're going to put a stop to that." And he did. Yeah. He stepped up and basically said, "Leave that man alone." But I was just wondering, because you're one of the few, you started that. Now they want everybody to know,
Calvin, I want to say hi to my childhood sweetheart, Boogie. He just joined us. I shared the video. So, hey, Boogie. Thanks for watching Sunshine Shoulders. Yes.
Thank you, Dub76, for that super chat. He said, "Calvin, the biggest reason why you and Dan are my favorite vloggers, because both of you guys are very thorough, relatable, and humble on your channels." Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I try to stay humble, because it can all change in a minute. See, without the viewers and subscribers, Dan, we're nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's no sense in me overacting like I'm some big celebrity, because some of these, you said this before, some of these guys over here, they really think they're celebrities, and their head is way out there. I've seen it.
Calvin, you're my celebrity. You are a celebrity. I know maybe not in the American terms, But you're my celebrity. So
Yeah.
yeah, call it what you want.
Well, thank you.
All right, Boogie.
Now
Thank
let
you,
me ask
Jacob.
you, Lan, what is pushing your move out of America? Because you said you're coming here for good.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of much of my story is similar to what your story has been as far as how you felt like if you didn't leave America, you're gonna die. In my case, I figured I had to get out of here because eventually I'm gonna kill somebody, or vice versa. I'm really have never really liked Chicago and America. Period. This is just where I was dropped. I didn't have any control over where I was born and brought up. So I never really particularly cared for it. But of course, over all these years, I've grown, of course, to be able to get used to it. We found our way, as several other famous people you may know of Chicago. We found our way, Curtis Mayfield, Jerry Butler, Gene Chandler, the Shylights, Quincy Jones, people like that who actually came up in some of the same. Bernie Mac came up from the same neighborhood I came from, and we found a way to cope and get by and find out a way to use our talents to lift ourselves up and share love with the world. And that's what Geechee Lion is really back with a vengeance right now doing. I had actually started my music when I was a teenager. I was like 16 years old. And when I was in college and I started my music, started writing music then, had a band. Again, we were straight from the Brothers of the Ghetto. That's where we were. That's what we did. But we found out how to do that music. And then I, had a long hiatus, but I'm back again. I'll say about 3 years ago. And again, I'll say this again. The reason why I'm back again now is literally because I met certain Filipinos who, in their capacity as a teacher, friend, nurse, what have you, they gave me the inspiration and the love that inspired me
Let,
to even want to
yeah. Let me
do
ask you
music
something.
again.
Let me ask you something. Have you met Filipino P before?
No, I have
Have
not
you
met her.
talked to her face to face on?
No,
Do you plan
no,
on talking to her
no,
and
I
meeting
no,
her?
was just
no.
asking. I was just asking. But let me
No,
read
good.
this real
Let
quick.
me
Wait,
explain.
hold on, Geechee.
Go ahead.
Too much time on my hands. 65. Kevin, you have to click on the link I sent you. You can't. Don't just show up here. Click on the link that I sent you in your email, and I'll let you in the studio.
Yeah,
But
'cause I want to see
can't let
Kevin.
you
I
on
can't
like
wait.
this. He says, "Hey, Calvin, Jenna Lynn and I are going to have to run in a minute. Just wanted to say congratulations on the 3 years and 50,000 subscribers. I want to be like you when I grow up. Looking forward to meeting Dan at. He's coming to your meet and greet today, Dan.
Oh,
But
good.
Yay.
but I can't. Oh, okay. I see you now. I'm sorry. I see you now. I'm
Where's
sorry,
Kevin? I
man.
want to see
I didn't see
Yeah,
Kevin.
you yet.
somebody,
Hey,
Okay.
Kevin.
somebody is there.
Hey,
Hey,
Jenna
I'm
Lynn.
sorry. I didn't see them down there. My screen. I didn't have my screen big enough.
Some
So
more
let's
people.
welcome. Let's welcome Jenna Lynn and Kevin. His channel is my
Yay.
sound on my hand 65. I met them in Sikihor. Was that last week or a couple of weeks ago?
Week before last. Yeah.
Yeah.
Had
Hey,
lunch with you
Kevin,
in
I got a
Maryland. Had a great time.
question. I
Yes,
got a
ma'am.
question for Kevin. Kevin, who's going to watch the dogs when you leave?
Well, fortunately, there's a full-time caretaker here on the property. So,
Okay.
they
Okay.
feed them, but I supplement them as well, though. So
I love
I'm
your
gonna miss.
interaction with them, though. I love it.
Well, thank you. I'm really gonna miss them almost as much as her. So.
All right.
Yeah. Now I met Jenna Lynn And people, they always talk about who's got that going on in the background. Is that you, Michael?
Got what?
I heard some,
Like echoing.
yeah, all kinds of stuff going on. But anyway,
That's probably David. I can hear his pen writing.
tell us a little bit about your channel, Kevin, and how you and Jenna Lynn met. Because I met y'all in person. People talk about the age-gap relationship, and didn't anything seem out of ordinary to me. But maybe because I see it all the time. But I think it just all depends on the maturity of the people involved. But kind of give us a background on your channel because it's growing. You told me that you listen to this, Dan. You got monetized in one day or something, didn't you?
In 3 weeks. So it's just
3 weeks. Wow.
It amazes me that someone cares what this old guy has to say. But I started a channel just as a way to send videos back to friends and family in the States. I am technologically challenged, so sending videos on my iPhone, that was a grease fire, and so started this little channel, and basically the first thing I did was did the video of where we live now, and then you guys follow Every Man Has a Story. I live in the same compound with Mark Thornton, and that's how I saw the Rottweilers. We've got 3 Rottweilers, but did the video of our compound and it blew up. It got like 40,000 views in 2 days. And next thing you know, it just took off, and it keeps blowing my mind that every video I put out, I get a couple hundred new subscribers, and I'm getting spoiled. I thought this was going to be easy. So
what's the name of your channel? The name of your channel?
The name of my channel is Too Much Time on My Hands 65. You have to put that, otherwise you're going to get a lot of videos about the stick song. But it's just basically Jenna Lynn and I going around and checking out Dumageddon and,
you gotta put 65
around here.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Too much time on my hands 65. And just showing what we do. Like we just got back. I've got to leave next Saturday. I'm coming back to the States. Like I said, I'll be in spring next Saturday. Not looking forward to that heat, but we just got back from Cebu. We went out to Tumalog Falls, and yesterday swam with the whale sharks. I just posted a video of that while we were waiting to come on. So I do that, but it looks like I'm kind of turning into the real estate guy, not by choice. It's just been showing houses for rent, and they've been getting a ton of views. So I just throw anything out there, and she's got her own channel as well, Filipino Life with Jenna Lynn, and she's got a lot more people on there that are prettier to look at than on my channel. If you want to check,
I really enjoyed your video on new and used motorcycles. That was really an eye opener. That's going to help a lot of people save money and make good decisions. Thank you.
I want to introduce Michael Beach
Yeah,
Life.
yeah, I like that one too.
Yeah, let me introduce Michael Beach Life because he's a moderator for my channel. He's usually behind the camera, but now he's in front of the camera. What's up, Mike?
Hey, what's up, guys? Can you hear me okay? I have a fan directly on me.
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
cool.
we can hear you.
Yeah. Hey, awesome.
Hey, Michael.
I wanted to congratulate you as well. Hey, Robert. I wanted to congratulate you as well, Calvin, on your 3 years. That's a long haul, man, on YouTube, and it's a grind. And you really climbed the wall, so to speak. And I want to congratulate you. That was really nice. 50,000 more coming.
Amen. Yes.
Brother. Smiley says, "Yo, Beach of Life, what's up?" It's fine.
I don't know if he wants me to. Should I call him Smiley, or am I allowed to call him by his real name?
I don't know.
Okay, Smiley. Hey, Smiley.
But I like to tell everybody that my channel is a lot bigger than 50,000. See, YouTube controls a lot of the analytics for your channel. That's why, I'm doing things outside of YouTube, like the meet and greets, the ebooks, and different things. This walk that I'm doing, because my channel is a whole lot bigger. But YouTube, they have a lot of control over who's channel, how often they see it, how many people see it.
Yeah.
And so you got to kind of go outside, because I guarantee you my channel is a whole lot bigger than 50,000. I'm not as big as some of these other channels, but I guarantee you I'm just as influential, if not more. Because
Go again, David. I can't hear you.
I'm in a country where people are struggling, and I want to be an economic beacon of hope. So not the money that I've given away, but the guy who built our house, his name is Rock Engineering. He's showing this house being built over the course of 3 months. This guy has gotten 8 jobs off of my videos, straight from my subscribers. You're talking about maybe 25 million pesos worth of business going to him. See, I'm proud of that. That's the type of stuff I want to do. Because YouTube, you can't really tell, and don't let it discourage you when your views start going down, or you hit a plateau or whatever. Because, like Dan said, I get a letter every day, every single day, from somebody who tells me how much I'm inspiring them. See, that's why I keep doing what I'm doing, man. And I just want to thank y'all for coming along the way. 3 years is a long time. You can't take this for granted. I hope you're still here, Kevin and Jenna Lynn, in 3 years.
Me too.
But if I know you're going to be based over here, and once you get on the radar here, they're going to throw every rock and brick at you that they possibly can. I just hope you can, withstand it, because we've all went through it. I mean, I don't even have trolls. I've got stalkers, Dan. They actually take time out of their day and make 10 and 15-minute videos about me. And I'm like, well, I guess that's more views. I mean, that's more subscribers and more people that are pushing toward my way. But where are you now, Michael Beecher Life? Are you in Cebu?
No, I just moved to Bohol. So I flew into Manila this time, and I spent about a week there. That was enough for me. Every time I go to Manila, after about a week, I just want to leave. It's just too much for me. I think it's, what is it called? You get overly stimulated. There's just too much stimulation everywhere. It's just not for me. I figure like Manila is like too much. Davao is not enough, and Cebu is just right. But the problem with Cebu for me is it's just too comfortable. I fall into the Western lifestyle like right away. There's so much at your fingertips. I came here to recreate my life away from city and away from stuff. And so this time I'm trying Bohol, and I just found a brand new, just built 2-story apartment here in Bohol for 7,000 pesos per month. So I just signed a 1-year lease.
Wow.
Yeah. So
That's
get this.
awesome.
If I could throw, let me give you a comparable. So before I left the U.S., I was working for Amazon in Seattle. I was living in Federal Way, commuting to BF3, which is their warehouse in DuPont. I was a network engineer there, and I was paying $1,650 plus utilities for a 1-bedroom apartment. I just paid for a 1-year lease cash up front, the whole year paid for 77,000 pesos. If you do the math, for 1 month's rent in Seattle, I just purchased 1 year's of living expense here in Bohol. So that's what I'm going to do. If I don't use it all, I'm going to do what you recommended, Calvin. I'll put it up on Airbnb. I checked the lease yesterday, and the landlady, she didn't even know what subleasing was. And I was like, really? can you take this clause out of the contract then? So we scratched it out and initialed it and gutted all whatever. So now I can sublease if I want. So if I leave for a few months, or if I decide to go somewhere else, and I'll just put it on Airbnb. But 7,000 pesos, man. I had no idea I'd ever find something that cheap. So that's what I'm doing. I'm in the whole southern coast in a little town called Hagna. I'm sorry, Elliot.
Did you have help finding that, or did you just stumble across it? I mean, isn't it networking, word of mouth?
It is.
Oh, you don't want to tell us that
It
part.
is. You do find more. No, you do find more opportunities when you're boots on the ground. But Facebook Marketplace, talking to the people here locally, that's how it just came up. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, "Can I buy this?" She was like, "No, just rent." So yeah, that's right, Jacob. 140 US. That's just so yeah. That's where I'm at.
Let me ask you, Jenna Lynn.
Hello, everybody.
Jenna Lynn, you don't look like the typical Filipino. What's your background?
My background is I grew up in a farm field. Like we have a lot of goats, we have a lot of sheep. It's kind of a little bit okay for my mom always like feed them like that and.
I think what he means is your mom and dad. You
Oh,
don't
my
look like
mom,
a
dad.
typical.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm half African, by the way, and my father is Ghanaian.
He's from Ghana.
Oh, he's from
Yeah.
Ghana. He's from Ghana. Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you something. Y'all can't tell, but Jenna Lynn is very tall in person. She looks tiny on the videos, but when you see her in person, how tall is she, Kevin?
She's about 5'7",
I like your hair.
5'7.5", and then she wears heels. So she can get to be 5'9" when she's walking around in heels. So she's all legs. Like a
How tall is Chung? How tall is Chung, Dan?
She's about 6 foot and a half inch, and she's about a half inch taller than me. So.
6 foot.
Too. Yeah.
That's what.
Wow.
She was a runway model before, so that's why she's so tall.
Oh, okay. Now that you're in the Philippines, Dan, do you because they say that when you're with a woman, you get more attention than if you're by yourself. Do you find that to be the case, Dan, over here? Do you get any extra looks or anything? You feel women are like flirting with you?
I don't. My sisters laugh at me all the time. I have 3 sisters and no brothers. They'd say I'm clueless. I don't know when a woman's interested in me, and that's probably true. Because I really am not good at spotting when a woman's interested in me. So whatever that nuance is, I didn't get it. But everyone's very nice to me here, both the men and the women. So, but I do. I think Chung gets a lot of attention because she's so tall. I mean, and she walks. If you watch my video, she's always walking in front of me. It's because she has these long legs and she's very curious. She's always watching what's going on around her, and often faster than me. So, and people are just amazed by her. I mean, she's tall for even a man here in the Philippines, and for an Asian woman, like even Malaysia or China or wherever we go, she's tall. So, people look at her. They look up at her, and then they look and they're like, "What is this?" It's like, a white elephant came in the room or something. And then she's so thin, and so there's the combination of things. She attracts a lot of attention. So honestly, when we're together, I don't really know that anyone notices me at all, Calvin.
That is with me, Dan. I mean, I've had people say that. I used to say we were the most stared at couple when we first got here because there's not many, Black people here, especially women. And so everyone was staring. I used to say, we're the most stared at couple here. And then a guy set me straight. He goes, I didn't even see you.
Kevin, what's the name of Jenna Lynn's channel? Kevin?
Filipino Life with Jenna Lynn.
Filipino Life with Jenna Lynn.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
Sure.
I've had listeners straighten me out also about that. Like, oh, if Chung wasn't on your channel, you wouldn't get any views at all. And I'm like, hey, I have no objection to that.
No problem.
She's great to have around. So.
Well, the African gene is real strong because you can't even see until Jenny Lynn opens up her mouth. She just looks like an American or European black woman. That's what she looks like. She doesn't look. I can't see any Filipina in her at all, and it's almost like
She
my
actually-
seem to be that way. They're both
If-
in America.
If we go to some of these places where they charge foreigners and Filipinos a free, they try and charge her until all of a sudden she starts blurting out Tagalog, and then it's like, oh, okay. And I say, hey, look, I was born in Manila. I just look like this. I am a Filipino. Yeah, they don't buy that. So, still make me better.
I miss Scott. I wish Scott could have came back, Calvin.
Yeah, he's having problems with his Wi-Fi in Comegan. Island is a little small place.
So I want to, as I told you yesterday, I had a couple of ideas, and I want to just get this off of my chest. And you know that that reflective material. I was thinking this, Calvin. If you can go to the fabric store and get that, like maybe 1 inch to 2 inch reflector. It's not tape, but you could get tape. And I was thinking making wristbands and ankle bands for your feet or for your legs. And that was the main thing that I wanted to tell you, is that you can go to the fabric store and get reflector material. I don't know.
Is that for safety for his walk?
He's walking that dark in the dark.
Yes. But you know what? I don't know. If I was there, I would have a big organization, Beach Life. I don't know how far you are from Calvin, but I can't orchestrate stuff from way over here. But I'm saying at the end of Calvin, when he gets to the finish line, can we have like some sort of tub of ice or something waiting for him when he gets there? No, I'm serious. It's like he should have this big entourage behind him, in front of him, making sure that he is okay in every way. I can't be there.
Have you ever walked 100 miles before?
No, never.
Yeah.
I have never.
It's gonna be hard for people to walk behind him unless they're riding on a bike or something.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like just
with him.
A crew, you guys.
Yeah, I'm asking people to meet me on the boulevard on the 19th. As many foreigners and expats as possible, because this is about unity too. This is promoting unity. That's what my meet and greets promote, unity. It's not to meet me. I'm nobody to meet, but a lot of times what happens with foreigners overseas is we spend most of our time with our girlfriends and boyfriends, and there's no deep conversation going on there. You know, that way when you come around each other, you can talk about, if you want to talk about Trump and really get excited about talking about Trump, you can do
I
it.
ain't gonna get excited about no Trump.
No. Yeah, you will. If you got a Trump supporter on the other side of it. But the point I'm trying to make is, if I ask Marilyn, if I say anything about Trump, she's gonna look at me like, "Who's Trump?"
Oh, who?
You know, it's not even gonna move the needle. So, you know,
I am not looking
I would
forward
just,
to
I
getting
would
back to
like
the US
a little
here.
bit. I would just like it a little bit bigger. That's all I'm saying. And I get it, Michael. I get it. It is. I'm sure it's a long walk, but I'm saying shifts. I'm saying properly organized from an event coordinator or someone that has the time. Calvin is going to do the main thing, right? I'm just saying. I don't know. If I was there, I would probably deplete my funds to make sure that he was going to be okay for the whole walk and at the end, from the beginning to the end. So, and that's just me, right? I wish I could put people on the ground, but I'm way over here. So
Yeah. Now are you going to be still in town, Kevin, on the 19th?
That's today or tomorrow. What is that?
no, September.
No, September. No, that's right.
Oh,
You're going to be gone. You'll be back in the
I'll
States.
leave next Saturday. Next Saturday, I'm out of here.
Wow.
Not looking forward to it.
Now, how
You'll
long
be
have you
okay,
been
Kevin.
here?
Come
How
on
long
back
have you been
home.
I will be back. I'll get back in Manila on October 10th, and I'll be back in the Dumaguete area on the 11th. So.
Yeah, but I'm saying, how long have you been here this time around?
I arrived in Manila December 17th. She's from Ilocos on Luzon, which is Vegan City. It's up in the top part of the island Manila's on. So went up there for a couple days, met her family, brought her back, and we got to the Dumaguete area December 27th, and we've been here since then. And I've lived in Dumaguete.
That's going to be a long trip to the airport.
Yeah, it is. So,
Yeah. Okay, he says, what's your next destination, Dan?
Me?
No, Dan.
We head to in August 25th. We head to Iloilo, and then we go to Boracay for 10 days. So we'll be in Malaysia when you're at the time of your walk. Otherwise, I haven't shook your hand yet, Calvin. I hope to do that someday, but we're like ships passing in the night.
Yeah, but maybe when you're in Boracay, maybe I could come there.
That'd be great.
Boracay in a long time.
I'll send you the dates. I don't know them by memory, but if you could come, that'd be great. I'd love to meet you in person.
Yeah, he said, Calvin, where are you walking? I'm walking from San Carlos City to Dumaguete, Negros Oriental, which is about 165 kilometers, about 103 miles. I'm going to do it over 3 days.
He said when, Calvin? When?
Oh, okay, September 16th. I'm sorry. I thought you said where. They said LOL Trump. Yeah, but I'm just saying, if I talk to her about the NFL, if I talk to her about anything that I normally talk about with my American friends, she's gonna look at me like without a clue. Now, mostly what we talk about is gossiping.
Chismes.
That's really about it. And in the 20 questions, it's nothing deep. That's for sure.
Does she want to come say hi to us, Calvin?
Well, if you want to just look in there and wave.
Auntie Marilyn.
She's not shy, trust me.
Come on, Who are you?
What were you, a district manager or something?
Who?
You give speeches and stuff. But more like a multi-level marketing thing. She had a big team behind her, though.
Oh,
so
good.
Hey, Michael, Beach of Life. How far from the beach are you?
Oh, that'll be good. Scott wants to join you.
I can walk. Yeah, I can walk.
Oh.
Maybe 6 minutes, 7 minutes.
Is it nice, clean sand?
Where I'm at, it's a little bit rocky, and I have to drive to go to like a white sand beach. But when I stayed in Siquijor, you pretty much had to drive to a white sand beach as well, unless you paid, like you, $20,000 to be right on the beach. But you have to take. You have to give up a little bit of something to get a 7,000 peso condo or apartment, So
it's crazy.
Yeah, but Bahal is like island living, though. Really,
Bahal it is.
It's like island living. It's nothing like Cebu. I know that.
No, every
Hey,
town here
Calvin.
is just one road coming in, one road going out. It's just a through town. It's like a one-stop town. Then you go to the next one, then you go to the next one. And this town's claim to fame, I guess, it's spelled Jagna, pronounced Agna. They have a port here that goes directly to Kamigan Island and other places. And I just didn't want to be in Panglao because I just don't. There's just so many foreigners there. Although I love the beaches there and whatnot, it's just a little. It's not my scene, at least for now. So I chose to be a little bit farther away. I can drive to Anda in 40 minutes on my brand new NMAX that I just bought 3 days ago.
Hey,
And then,
congratulations.
Oh wow.
30 minutes
big
to
things.
drive down there. So
Yeah,
I
wouldn't
could just drive
drive into
wherever I
Blue.
want to go. And I'm, essentially located on the island, so to speak. I can get up to Carmen really easy. So yeah.
Hey, Calvin, I got to run. Thanks so much for
Okay,
inviting me. I
thanks,
appreciate
Dan.
it.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks
Bye,
for stopping by.
Thank
I'll
you,
send
Dan.
those-
Thank you very much, Dan. I subscribe
welcome.
to your channel as well.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'll send you those dates, Calvin. Hopefully we'll see you in Boracay.
Take
Bye-bye.
care. Yeah, I want to ask y'all, Geechee Dan, are you ready to fire up the music or not?
Yeah, I think I am. I just maybe let me do a test run. You can tell me whether you can hear this music or not. All right? Let me know.
Do I need my dancing shoes on?
No, well, not unless you stepping.
Oh, well, no, I'm not stepping.
Do you hear that?
Yeah.
Do you hear it good?
Yeah, we hear it good.
Yeah.
Well, since you hear it so good, I'm going to go ahead and do this. It's the same situation, different girl.
Okay.
Should a man keep doing the same thing and expecting different results? The takeaway's the main thing. Seems I'm always a running for certain things about a woman attract me especially. The more I got to know her, oh, the more it fed my fantasy.
Drink I got in there.
Thought I had it figured out, be alright in this world, but I'm in the same situation. Different girl.
Honey, you might have to send that money. Okay.
Same situation. Different girl.
Take a picture. That's it.
We had good conversation.
No, but here.
Always made me feel kind of mellow. With time I felt a strong impression that I could be her kind of fellow. Whenever she would send me a message, my heart would fill with light. I know the girl's busy and her time is so precious. Every moment with her is pure dynamite. But I had it together, be alright in this world. But I'm in the same situation, different girl. Same situation, different girl. Woman over told me she was taken, pledged her love to another guy. She said she didn't know my heart she was breaking. I'm guilty of loving her and that's no alibi. I'm ready to serve my time. Maybe we'll be together somewhere down the line. Somewhere down the line. Listen to this. This happened. Sent this girl hearts and flowers. Showed her the way for more money to find. Serenaded this girl for hours. She said she would be my Valentine. My friend told me, man, you keep doing the same thing over and over, and in this trouble you land. Here you are crying again. Can your whole heart stand? Thought I had it together, be alright.
Feats of life.
I'm in the same situation with a different girl. Same situation, different girl.
Oh, she's now. It's a different girl, same shit, huh?
I'm gonna be brutally honest. I really like that song, man.
And you're gonna have to copyright that. So we get that.
Already did. That's
I
that's
need
off
me a
my new
second
album.
partner.
That's off my new album that's coming out called The Passport Brothers Movement. The name of that song is Same Situation, Different Girl. And it's actually, the storyline is what actually happened between me and Filipino P.
Was she showing up to that, or was she saying you was lying, Geechee?
No, she knew about it as I was writing these songs. She was one of the first people to know about them.
That sounds like a Ray Charles song, man. That's totally cool. Like it.
Thank you. I'm glad to be compared with Ray Charles.
Yeah,
But
right.
it actually about Tyrone Davis. The music count about Tyrone Davis in my head.
Yeah, Tyrone Davis is one of my favorite artists, and he's also based out of Chicago. And actually, I wrote a song and released last year called Checking You Out by Imperial Brown and the Million Seller. And I actually wrote that song for Tyrone Davis.
Wow,
Yeah.
catchy. Real catchy. Like it, brother.
You know, he was thinking about Geechee Land. He wants to write a song for me, right? I could sing that song.
Yeah. Hey, I got one for you. You let me sing the second one. This is what I wanted you to sing.
Okay, yeah. I want that one. I can jazz that up.
Hey, good. Hey, I'll send you the music. I'll send you the music. You can do a karaoke on it.
Okay, yeah. W Secrets to Success Blog. Thanks for that super chat. Said just tuned in. What the hell's going on up in here?
It's a party.
Yeah, we celebrate 3 years on YouTube. I want to thank my panel. I know y'all busy and y'all to take time out of y'all day and everything for joining me. You know, 3 years is not something to take a kick at. You know, we take it for granted, but that's a lot of content. That's a lot of live streams. It's a whole lot going on, man. You know, then you got to deal with all the outside stuff going on, the trolls, the haters. Funny. So yeah, so it is a celebration today. But I'm gonna tell you something. Once you grow and to become this big YouTuber that I think you're gonna be, don't let it go to your head.
Who are you talking about, Kevin?
That
Kevin,
not the viewers and subscribers were nothing.
Did I spell her name right? Jenna Lynn?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. No, and I'm grateful. I mean, I'm grateful, and that's something I learned from you, Calvin. I really appreciate. You know, I learned a lot from you to be grateful and appreciate everything. But then I also appreciate everything you told me over lunch the other day and telling me what I have to look forward to when I do get a little bit higher up the food chain there. So I'll be ready for it.
That was a free consultation, Kevin. That was
It wasn't
free.
I bought lunch.
Red Jam Rock, he said, Geechee is a real deal, smooth as silk. Yeah, I like that song. I know music. I really like that song. But I'm just going to tell you that.
Situation with a different girl.
Yeah.
It's out there. You can go to my website and purchase that, www.chilionssoul.com.
That's soul, bro. That's definitely soul, brother.
CHILIONSOUL.com. I have a
Good
whole
stuff.
music store there where you can pick that up. And I'm going to be releasing the Ministry album, and also the Passport Brothers Movement album is also coming out.
So chill, brother. Really chill.
You're coming to the right place because they like music over here, man.
Yeah, when is that going to be available in the karaoke books?
I'm probably gonna. I know how to make my own karaoke. Matter of fact, I'll probably send you one, Calvin. I actually made you a karaoke video.
Wow!
So you'll see it on probably on my
What's up,
channel,
Mo?
Geechee Lion's Journey. I'm gonna be releasing my karaoke official videos on my channel on my platform.
Okay, Mo said, I'm 3 years into my new life. All the best, Brother Cal. Hey, thanks, Mo. And Mo's been over several times. I've met him a few times. And Mo, I don't know if you got Netflix, but they got a great documentary on, it's called The Breath of Life, I believe. They're talking about free diving and how this real famous free dive trainer ended up dying. That's a great documentary. I watched it last night. I thought about you, man. This lady said she was going to set the world record. Who is that? Who's making that noise?
Beach Life.
It ain't me.
Michael is frozen right now. Yeah, it was the Beach of Life. Yeah. Okay, Tim West says, a hearty congratulations, Calvin. Looking forward to the day I travel to the Philippines to meet you and enjoy the wonderful culture there. I've heard so much about. Yeah. Was there any surprises with you, Kevin, over here when you got here?
Surprises? Well, I first arrived in Manila and I rented a car. And if you've never been to Manila and seen how they drive, it's like being in a NASCAR race with ants. You know, it's just everything's going in every direction. There's kids running out in the road. There's scooters coming up. And, you know, it was baptism by fire. And going up to get her, you know, I was just sitting there thinking, oh, my God, if this is what Dumaghetti's like, I don't know if I can handle this. You know, unfortunately, you know, arriving over here, it's a lot slower paced. And, you know, if any of your viewers, once they get here, they're going to come to Dumaghetti and go, Jesus, this is mad. But, you know, that it is nothing compared to Manila or Cebu. Those places are insane. So that was the for me.
You said it's like being in a NASCAR race with ants. I forgot that you were a comedian at one time, right?
Oh yeah, I actually I was a professional comedian in New Orleans from '97 to 2002, and had to make a decision whether I wanted to leave and go to New York, Chicago, or LA, and actually try and do it, or grow up and get a job. And fortunately, moved over to Houston, got a job in the oil field in sales, where I was actually able to still use my humor and make all my customers laugh. And they didn't know it, but was very successful and made a good bit of money. And that's one of the reasons why I'm able to be here at 57. I'm still not old enough for Social Security yet. So.
Hey, you guys, can I just mention we need to click the likes? We don't have that many likes. We click the like button, y'all.
Yeah.
I know you could probably create a set off of what you've seen in the Philippines, Kevin.
I've got a few bits that I've written, and one of these times, once I get up to about, I don't know, 6 or 7 minutes, maybe I'll go do an open mic for one of these little bands, these little mini concerts they have around here. Maybe I'll do that. But yeah, I'm slowly acquiring a few things.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff you could talk about over here in a funny way, I'm saying.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, not to put anybody down.
What's up, John Gomez?
Yeah.
What? Oh. So.
You could have performed in Dangerfield.
Hey, that's a lot of great comics came out of there. So.
Yeah.
Get 20 minutes and go to Austin.
Okay. Did y'all end up getting that massage, Kevin? Did you and Jenna Lynn?
Yes, we did. Thank you. Oh my God, I've wanted to go back every single day since then. We went to the place that you recommended, but not the one in Dumaguete. I got one here in Bakwang as well, and the two of us got 1 hour massages for 500 pesos, which is slightly under $10. And I thought an hour would be a long time. That flew by. Next time, hour and a half for sure. But you were right, man. I've been missing out.
Who is that guy? So what?
Yeah, I used to get 2 hours when I first started coming over here, man. You would go to sleep.
Yeah, I was almost out when she's finally like, "Time's up, sir." I'm like, "Oh no." So.
Hey,
you're
Kevin,
right.
I liked watching when you got a haircut the other day. and the guy started massaging you.
That's weird. They do that here.
Yeah, but I like that, though. I like that.
Did you relax, though, Kevin? Or, I mean...
It's kind of, He's like, we don't do this if we're busy. I'm like, you don't have to now.
Yeah, I tell you what, if you go to one of those malls, if you go to the mall and get one,
but the funniest thing about that whole thing is, you walk in and you tell. Yeah, well, I was on Sikihor. I got my hair cut the morning we had lunch. So, like I said, you go in and you can say, okay, I like it like this, I like it like that, part in the middle, and this and that. They shake their head yes. Then he gets a razor arm, goes yang. It just this big swath of hair falls down like I'm in therapy all of a sudden. So,
thank you.
Doesn't matter what you want. This is what you're getting. So.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Barber's choice.
Why do you think I'm bald? I got a bad haircut. I didn't do Look, don't come past here. He's like, okay. I said, I want a little bit on the side right here. Okay. And then I'll be careless, but he don't cut all the way back there.
As soon as I grow my hair back, when I grow my hair back, I'm going to look like Jimmy Johnson, and it could be 100% humidity and my hair will be perfect.
Yeah, now Mike Dortonville said it looks like Filipino P in the picture behind Geechee Line. Well, let me say this. He's her biggest fan. He has to be because he's got clothes. That's why I asked him. I said, hey, man, have you ever met this woman before? Because he's got clothes with her face and name on it. I'm like, where'd you buy that? Remember I asked you that? I said, where'd you buy that? Said, I made it myself.
Yep, and she has some of it herself, and she was thrilled to receive
she ain't wearing it. She not wearing
No,
you.
she ain't gonna wear it on the screen anyway, but she got it though.
Geechee. I don't know. I think you living in a fairy tale.
What's up, Xavier?
Didn't I just say that? The more I got to know her, the more it fed my fantasy.
Oh, okay. Got it. I knew it was something. But yeah. Okay.
The songwriters are deep now, Eli. You can't get, the songwriters are deep. Red Jam Rock says some of the best free divers in the world are the Bajau tribe in the Philippines. Yeah, I think that's your fan, Mike.
Okay, let me turn it off.
No, he said, congrats, Cal, on 3 years. Thanks, guys. We got a lot accomplished in 3 years. Like I said, I think the biggest thing that I did was start that pandemic giveaway. We
The
did build a
houses.
house, so I want to thank y'all. YouTube built a house for me that I never would have been able to build on my own. So, but I don't think it's appropriate for people to come up to you and ask you how much you're earning. I mean, I know some people do it. I don't think it's appropriate. That would be like me coming up to Michael Beach of Life and say, let me see your retirement check, Michael Beach of Life. Would you
turn off your pockets? Yeah, get out my pockets.
Yeah,
Get out
that's
my
what
pockets.
I'm saying. I don't think that's appropriate. But people think because you're on YouTube, it's okay. But I don't see you asking people on TV and different places how much money you're earning. I just don't. It makes me feel uncomfortable. It's cringy to me. I wouldn't do it. But I don't know. Robert, what you got going on this weekend? You got anything exciting going on?
No, I'm just here in Tucson. What I'm trying to do, Calvin. I'm trying to ascend. You know what that means, to ascend? The definition, increasing in size or importance. See, if I'm watching, if a girl looks the second time, oh, I must be doing something right. I'm ascending.
Okay, yeah. Well, you came over here in 1999, but what happened was you didn't meet anybody, though.
Well, no, I stayed at the Tropicana. I was up on the 4th or 5th floor, and I could see some girls in the swimming pool in the complex next door. So I gave them a shout out. Hey, let's go do some lunch. And that's the first time I ever seen a Filipina in a bathing suit. They look good. So anyway, they came down for lunch, and we went out. Well, McDonald's blew me away. It was like a time warp. Spaghetti and chicken at McDonald's. Everything looked the same, but spaghetti and chicken. So we had lunch, and then we took a carriage ride, and then I took them home. I never seen them again.
Yeah,
just a day. Just a day.
Did they?
All right.
Did they have dating sites back then?
The job being instead of McDonald's.
No. In fact, it was AOL dial-up. You had to dial up.
Okay. Yeah, but they sell spaghetti.
You had to put the disc in.
Yeah.
Hey, W Secret to Success blog. Thanks for that super chat. He said Geechee Lion singing like the Stylistics over there. But the Stylistics aren't. Where are the Stylistics from, Geechee Lion? You know?
Okay, Google.
Thanks, Philadelphia.
Okay,
Yeah, but they're not from Chicago. That's the
No, I think it's Philadelphia.
Sticks from.
Elect Mikado, let me ask you a question. Are you married? Or have you been married before?
No, sir.
You never been married?
No, sir.
Wow, you're bright. You're smart. That's for sure.
I really kind of stayed focused on my career and what I had to do for me.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, but you've been in love before.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
right now, I'm just in love with me.
I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. That's a good place to start. I know that.
For sure.
What part of Houston do you live in?
So I'm over here I'm in Humble.
Humble, okay.
So I'm 8 minutes from the airport. Yeah, so the airport is south of me. So I'm 8 minutes from the airport. Bush.
Yeah, my house is Cypresswood and Kirkendall, right there off 45.
Wow. Well, there you have it.
So I'm flying into
small
George
world. My
Bush
dad
next.
lives right over by you.
Really?
Yeah, we were practically neighbors.
Oh yeah, for sure. Hey, Beach of Life. What did you say? Your dad is where?
My dad lives in Kingwood.
Oh, that's just right around the corner from
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, that is.
Yeah. You guys are practically neighbors.
Now,
it's a nice area out there when it's not flooding.
Exactly. It's like one way in there, North Park or Kingwood Drive. And then that's it. If it rains, you better park somewhere because you're not coming out. Well, there's the pull up past the real shitty gritty. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, let me ask you,
I didn't mean to
Kevin, what channel did you and Jenna Lynn meet on? Not channel, what dating site?
You want to take this?
Filipino life with Jen.
No.
Filipino Cupid.
Oh, wow. That's another Filipino Cupid. I was saying this the other day. A lot of people are meeting on that channel. It must be a pretty good channel. I mean, a pretty good dating site. I keep saying it.
You have to pay to talk to the other girls sometimes. If they have a lot of people liking them like that, you have to pay.
Well, I had actually gotten on it in February of 2022 and started looking then. And, this is one thing I'd recommend to a lot of your viewers and everyone. I would not start that early. I mean, I would actually wait until right before you get here because, I talked to, probably 40 or 50 different women. Eventually they're going to start asking you for money. You're going to be getting all these, requests. Like one girl told me one of her grandmother's livers were bad, so that's one, she only has one liver, but I would wait. But actually, she reached out to me first. I was actually looking for women a little older, got to be honest. And she reached out to me first, and I didn't make it easy, and she made it through the gauntlet. She was one of the only ones that never asked me for a penny. Eventually, I did start sending her $20 a month, but that was just for phone load because we were talking daily. And so we have basically been talking for over, a year and three months, but we've been together since, mid-December, and, it was either going to be a grease fire or great. And so far, we're having a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, I tell guys to wait. I said I came up with the 1 week rule. When you week out from coming to the Philippines, then get on there. I said, because the biggest mistake we make is we chat too long. And it's just what you say. We start getting emotionally involved. We start sending money. It don't work out. Now, you're going to need that money when you get over here, by the way. But remember, guys, they're never going to ask you for money, not the smart ones, okay? Because they know that if they do, you're going to run. So they're never going to ask you for money, but you're going to spend money. You spent money since you've been here, right, Kevin?
Well, a little bit.
Yeah, because they don't have any.
That's right. So actually, and people don't know that she gets all the money from my YouTube channel. She does all the editing and everything. I don't know how to do any of that. If she broke up with me, my channel's done. So she gets all the money from the channel. So
yeah, well, hell, you don't even have to. I don't even edit. Only time I edit is if I do something like a workout.
I don't even know how to post it. I don't know how to do any of it. She won't teach me either. She's not dumb. She's
Let me tell you something. That doesn't mean that now in your case and in my case, it worked out in a lot of our cases where the woman don't ask for money works out. But they're not going to ask you for money. That's not a sign of a good woman, okay? That's a sign of a smart woman. She's never going to ask you. They know their reputation. If they ask you for 1 peso, the red flags and flashing red lights are going to come out of everywhere. They're not going to do it. They don't have to do it. You're going to start sending money anyway. Yeah. You're going to get, and then once you come over here, that's a done deal. She don't have to ask you for nothing. You're going to spend everything you got. That's just how it is. I mean, that's just been my experience. And, when I go to these meet and greets, I'm not sitting there by myself. It's foreigners and Filipinos there, and they're eating good. They're staying in nice hotels. They're going to these nice resorts. They got these nice motorcycles. Okay. Then I was gonna ask you for anything.
Calvin, I wanted to. I was thinking about this. There was a lot of people that took care of me when I lived in the Philippines, and I was just wondering if, like, if there's anybody out there that recognizes me or remembers me or something to reach out to you because you know how to reach me. But
Yeah.
there was a lot of people because I live local. So when my dad went out to sea, because he had became a merchant seaman, but when he would go out to sea, I would leave my where I lived and I would go live amongst the locals, amongst bar girls. And so the
Yeah.
bar girls took care of me. And so I just been thinking, like, I wonder if anybody would recognize me, remember me, and if
Yeah.
they did, that they could reach out to you. But I
Yeah.
live local, and yeah, that's all.
Well, I'm pretty sure they're not still in the bars, but I don't know. Are there 50-year-old bar girls here? I don't know. I've never been in a bar here.
Well,
Yeah, I'd be interested in seeing how those ladies turned out as well.
well, I mean, I'm sure they're not, or they may have, gotten, maybe to come to America or whatnot. But once I
Yeah.
left, it was like I didn't have any. I used to like keep in touch with this one DJ because I was up and down McSai, grown as ever at 14 years old, up and down McSai. So I don't know. And you know what, Calvin? I had American friends, like the guys off the ship that I met and was friends with, and they would send me money. I mean, as a young girl, they were sending me money to help me. I mean, as an American out there. And when you want to talk about utang, oh yeah, I did utang. I did a lot of utang.
What's that?
Utang, like pawning. I would like pawn a ring, and then they
Yeah.
would give me money, and then when I got money, then I would go get, So it was like utang,
Yeah. Yeah.
borrowing.
Hustle.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
LA Detroit said, "Oh yeah, the money would be sent. You would know your Western Union passport by heart." I mean, that's just part of the game over here. I mean, I don't believe you can't get around that. I mean, that's one thing you need to understand because a lot of the women that we deal with, they just don't have a lot of money. So I don't know if you can ever get around not spending any money. What are you gonna do? Cheat yourself? I'm not gonna come 8,000 miles on vacation and and don't party and live it up, But some guys do, I guess. But I'm not going to be that way. He said, bar girls, what island? I think you were on the Longapo, right?
I was in Barrio Barreto and Olongapo.
Geeky Land, have you been chatting with any women? Are you coming over here solo dolo?
I'm really, after what I've been through this past year, I'm really not concentrating on trying to chat with anybody. Not like that. I am a YouTube content creator now, so I have been tempted to collaborate with several of the Filipino and Filipino vloggers over there. So I have been in contact with several of them on that basis, trying to, get some type of business creative relationship going. And I'm hoping that several of the vloggers that said that they are interested in interviewing me, but they want to do it in person. So we'll find that out when I get Cebu and Lapu Lapu. We'll put them to the test on that.
I mean, on a romantic basis, man. We're not talking about all that.
No. I'm not even dealing with that right now. I mean, hey, I already been through that as you are finding out. And I'm trying to mentally and spiritually and emotionally process all I went through with that. And part of that healing process is the production of the ministry, especially because of who inspired it. Now,
okay,
when
what
the
I'm
ministry
saying.
comes out, you're going to find out.
Listen, if you're lonely over there, you don't want to come over here and be lonely.
No, I know that. No, I'm not even worrying about that. I'm not worrying about that whatsoever. I just have no interest in nothing going on over here. I'm out of America already. All my attention is Philippines.
Yeah, he said, does PayPal charge to send money? They do, but they don't charge like extra. Say, for instance, if I sent Robert $20, Robert may get $18.55.
Yeah.
They're gonna take out the fee. They're not gonna charge you $20.99 like Western Union does. Hey, check the logic. Thank y'all.
Hey, Al Rogan, if you sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, we got about 5 minutes, guys. I'm going to give it over to the panel again. Thank you so much for 3 years. I mean, it's been a hell of a ride, man. You could have never told me that I would still be on YouTube after 3 years. I mean, I want to thank y'all really and truly for all your support. Now let's get behind this walk because it's not going to be easy. September 16th, I'm going to walk from St. Carlos City to Dumaguete. That's a long, long way. I know people always, I seen a woman at the gym. She was like, oh, only 165 kilometers. Like she does that every day, by the way.
541,338 feet, 165 kilometers.
But I'm going to give it over. I'm going to start with you, Michael. Beat your life and work around. Just give us something to chew on for the rest of the day.
Hey, I'll give you something to chew on that will go along with your 3-year climb to 50,000 subscribers or more. There's an official percentage of YouTube channels, of all the YouTube channels that ever make it to 1,000 subscribers. And it is 8.5% of all channels make it to 1,000 subscribers. So that's something to chew on, folks. I mean, go support your favorite YouTube blogger, whether they cook food for you, show you workout exercises, show you travel documentaries, whatever it is. If they got over 1,000 subscribers, they're one person. It's just a small amount, man. Just patronize them, support them, and it's good to go, man. And with that said, I'll hand it over to the next guy.
Okay, give us something. But let me thank my buddy Ken. He's over in Australia. We talk maybe once or twice a week. Thank you, brother. He said, congratulations on your 3rd anniversary, brother. He had to cut his trip. He had to reschedule his trip. He was coming in September. I think he's coming in December now. Call me later, buddy. Thank you, W Secrets of Success. But a super chase said, Robert, what's with the balloons? You celebrate run over?
This is it, man. 3 years, buddy. This is the big 3.
Hey, thanks, W Secrets of Success. I appreciate you. He actually came here. He's a cool guy. Okay, give us something to chew on before we get out of here.
Okay, so I really don't have much. I just really want to direct it to you, Calvin, and well, everybody basically. But I love you. Congratulations on your 3 years. I'm going to be with you on this walk, and I want to just thank everyone who supports you. Beat Your Life. Thank you for supporting Calvin, helping him out. I appreciate that. Kevin, I love your channel. And basically, I'll be here. I'm in the background.
Hey, thanks. Hey, I forgot to tell y'all, too, I'm sponsoring. Let me see this. I'm sponsoring all.
Shout out to Jake T, by the way.
Competition here in St. Carlos City at the new gym.
Oh, wow.
It's November the 3rd. You can't see this, but I'll put it on my community page. I think I already did. It's in association with Viper Gym, and he's letting us use his hotel and everything free of charge. See, it's about giving back, guys, to the communities over here.
It's true.
And if you do that, people start cooperating. I mean, this guy's a a super millionaire, but he said, yeah, you can use. He's gonna, let us use his brand. And he said you can use my ballroom at no charge. He's gonna give us all his input and experience. And I forgot to tell y'all that. So if you're over here and you want to compete, you can. It's a 500 peso official entry. Okay, Kevin and Jenna Lynn, I want to hear something from both of y'all, not just one person.
I tell you what, again, Calvin, congratulations. You have been very inspirational to me. Like I said, you're one of the reasons I'm here. I really appreciate you inviting us to this. It was great to be introduced to Robert, Geechee, Alette, and Mike.
Hey, Kevin. Gentlemen, Kevin.
We've really enjoyed it, and
Appreciate
tomorrow
you.
we're doing my last live stream at 9 o'clock Central in the U.S. I'm sorry, 8 o'clock Central in the U.S., but 9 o'clock in the morning here in the Philippines. If you want to join me on that, but again, we really appreciate you inviting us in on this, and we're happy to help support you. What do you have to say?
You tell it already.
Come on.
No.
She's not this bashful in real life. You get her off the camera. You can ask Calvin's wife, Marilyn. Those two were just while Calvin and I were talking. So, but come on, say something nice. Tell him congratulations.
Congratulations, Calvin. Happy anniversary.
Hey, thank you, Jenna. I'm glad I finally got to meet both of y'all because, Jenna Lynn is just somebody different. I know that if she puts her heart and soul into a YouTube channel, she can become a big, big star. She can become just as big. She can become just as big as Filipino P because you got that something special. Nobody on YouTube is even like you. Okay, uniqueness is going to sell on YouTube. So you keep practicing, keep making videos, and keep practicing. And I guarantee you, you're going to look up one day and you're going to be real, real big.
Oh, yeah.
I'll subscribe.
Give us something, Robert.
Well, we talked a little bit about the incel, but I'm trying not to be stuck on stupid, The only way that you can do that here is to try to ascend. And I'd rather be in the Philippines and transcend.
Oh, I would love that from Kevin Daniels. I would love that.
Yeah, Kevin Daniels says, hey, Calvin, how do you and the panel feel about the USA opening up 4 bases? It really doesn't affect us because they're not going to come to Dumageddon. They're going to be wherever the bases are. I mean, I think it's going to benefit the Filipino people, which is good.
The economy.
Yeah.
But I'm not a warmonger, but I'm a realist. We need a strong military.
I didn't even look at it like that, Calvin. I was looking at it as just more Americans, more exposure. I totally forgot about that military part. I didn't mean it like that either. So I was just thinking more opportunity for Americans to come and feel welcomed or, that kind of thing.
I don't want them. Stay in America.
That's right.
Yeah, but see, there's more and more Americans coming over here, but still not enough. It's just a drop in the bucket. The last numbers I saw were 605,000 that's come to the Philippines so far this year. Okay, that's about half.
1%.
Yeah, it's about half of what the Koreans are doing. But it's more than China and Japan because those countries aren't fully opened yet. But
I heard there's a lot of Russians coming over there. Is that true?
There's plenty of
they're going everywhere.
Ukrainian.
But I'm gonna be honest with you. I wouldn't know a Russian if I saw one until they open their mouth.
Right.
And I can't really tell. To be honest,
you're right. Their names and how they sound.
Yeah, there's a little club in Dallin called Local, and there's more Europeans there than there are Americans, and there are you hear Russian, some kind of Slavic. I mean, they could be Polish, whatever, but they're definitely from Eastern Europe. There's a lot of them over here. That's for sure now.
It's just that Americans, of all the Western countries, we're number one over here in the Philippines. Pre-pandemic, it was South Korea, China, and the U.S. And then the rest of Australia was up there because that's only so many hours away. It's fairly close, but all the rest of those countries are way down there. Americans, we make an effort to come all the way over here. This is a long, long trip, as Kevin can attest to, Michael Beach of Life can attest to. It's a brutal trip, and that's why people don't come. They say, well, hell, I might as well go to the Dominican Republic or Colombia, Mexico. Why am I going all the way over there to the Philippines? It's a brutal trip. Hey, Mike Dawsonville, thanks for that super chat. He said, one love, brother. Congrats on the 3 years. I'll be in the Philippines on October. I'll come to San Carlos to finally meet you, brother. God bless. Thank you. Because our September meet and greet is going to be here in San Carlos.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we went on and made that.
Just like old school.
Be nice. Okay, Geechee Lane, give us something.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Brother Calvin, for inviting me. I know it's been a long time coming. We talked about this and played with it a long time back. But I want to say thank you, Calvin. Again, you also helped giving me a voice and inspiration, to have a voice and express myself, and more motivation to come to the Philippines, which I wish I had come to that conclusion much earlier than I did. It would have saved me a lot of pain and heartache. But I want everybody that's seeing me tonight, please visit my channel, YouTube channel. Each one of them is Geechee Lion's Journey. Guaranteed you'll find something there that'll interest you. Also, my official website for Geechee Lion Music, which is chilionssoul.com. And I want to make this announcement. I have my own channel so I can control what I do. 10 minutes after we sign off here, I thought I had another song ready just in case, I was going to do it on this show. And since I don't look like I'm doing it on this show, I'm going to go on Geechee Lion Journey and do that song live in about 10 minutes.
Well, let me ask you something. I notice you're singing along with the... Do you got anything where you don't have to sing along with the record?
Yes, that's the second one that I have. Now, if you want to extend your show, I'll sing it right now.
Well, go ahead.
Okay, you should have said that yet.
We can let's vote first.
I don't think I want to wait any longer.
Oh, shucks.
Time will tell if my feelings will grow any stronger.
Okay.
If ever I was given a chance, I would never squander. With each passing night and day, my heart grows ever fonder.
Okay.
I feel the earth, I feel it shake. I feel the difference that love can make.
Okay.
I feel the sky, I'm super fly. I'm moving mellow, and I know why.
Okay.
I feel the wind, I'm walking in, and so the journey of life begins. The waters flow, it's sweet, I know. Brings the blessings from high and low. I want to love you right now. Walking through time I have to borrow. I want to love you right now. I'm gonna love you right now. There's no promise of tomorrow. I'm gonna love you now. There's a spark of love by stoking, warms me inside every day. The doors of my heart are open. Let the feelings flow how they may. The time is past for joking. To get to you, I've gotta find a way. Searching for a home for my soul, where maybe we can be together to stay. I wanna love you right now. Walking through time I have to borrow. I'm gonna love you right now. I'm gonna love you right now. There's no promise of tomorrow. I'm gonna love you now. Here you go, Calvin.
Hey, thank you, brother.
Long distance conversation, message and email is all we can do. Share and get the best of information of who you are to me and who I am to you. Seeing you, hearing you, watching you has made a significant effect on me.
Okay.
I wanna do that for you. That is true. What is meant to be is gonna be. Right now, I wanna love you right now. Walking through time I have to borrow. I'm gonna love you right now. I'm gonna love you right now. There's no promise of tomorrow. I'm gonna love you now.
I appreciate you, man. Really. And I think
I'm
you
the
got
real deal, no joke. That's the first song from the ministry, and that song is dedicated to Filipino P, who is actually who that was directed
You
to.
just sang that whole song on this platform for the Filipino P? Is that what you just said?
You know what? My love is for the Filipino
I'm
woman.
saying you just
period.
took the last how many minutes for to do
You know
that
what
and
I'm
then do
saying?
that shout
My
out?
love is for the
Geechee.
Filipino woman, period.
If
But
I was control, your video would be
Dean
done.
her shout out because if it was not for my interaction with her, you wouldn't have heard this.
Wait a minute.
Go to bed, Geechee.
Wait a minute.
Go to bed. That was nasty.
Let's go.
Hey, we can't edit that part, can we, Cal? We need to edit that last part. I'm just saying.
Hope y'all like that. That's the first song from the ministry.
I'm gonna tell you, I did not, Geechee. I did not like it. How about that?
That's
Good
the
night,
first
y'all.
song from the ministry.
Thank y'all.
Okay, bye.
Bye, Alex.
I'm gonna
Take
put
care.
you back as a moderator if you want it.
Elad, you were too rough as a moderator, man. You put me in
That's all right.
timeout.
You'd have been cut already long time ago.
No, I know.
Kevin, try to get
You
in
cut
touch
me
with
a couple
Kevin.
times.
I will.
Talk about that.
All right, Calvin, we got to get together.